everybody. And I forgot to full screen the podcast call. Well, that is the only way to start off the new year is me making a mistake. Wouldn't be this podcast without it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the new year. I'm your host, DorkyDev. And today, I am joined by LethalJ, and I forgot to change the goddamn name down below. I just realized. I thought I did everything.
Like, that's not me. That's not me.
Oh, man. All right. This is off to a fantastic start. Also, Dragon, thank you for the 8-month sub. Thank you so much.
Nice, Dragon. Oh, and thank you for the emote. I just unlocked the emote in your channel. I gotta send a thanks.
That's a cute little dog. Look at that.
Aww.
That's what I just got.
Snowman.
You got a fire snowman.
Is that a fire snowman?
Yeah, I see fire.
I'm kind of far back from my
computer
right now.
This is fine snowman.
Oh, okay. Nice, nice.
Wait, Steven, are you home? Are you on? Or are you still gone? Okay, he's not home. Okay, that's what I thought. I figured. I just wanted to make sure you didn't just duck on me. All right, no sweat, bud. I'm just giving you a bad time. Welcome to the new year. Welcome to 2020. It's like my vision.
Yeah, 2020, man. Who would have thought?
Yeah, right.
We're the flying cars already, man.
Right, that was supposed to be 2000 what? 15? Something like that.
Supposed to be 2000. Everything in the future is supposed to be here in 2000.
It's true.
So behind.
We really are. I mean, our hoverboards are here, right? Those wheelie hoverboards that totally are actual hoverboards and not something that I totally despise because they're not real hoverboards.
Yeah. Well, we're working on it. At least they got the name.
Yeah, I guess.
Power laces are a thing now.
True, and also the Nikes exist now, the lace-up Nikes. So
yeah, exactly, yeah.
And the Cubs did win a World Series, so.
Boo.
What?
Sorry, I'm a White Sox fan.
Fair, but the Back to the Future said it would happen. I think, if I remember correctly. So
they were 1 year off in the movie, so I could live with that.
Yeah, I mean. Being 1 year off that early, like, it's still impressive. You're a White Sox fan, which means you're AL Mariners for life. So,
Mariners were one of my favorite teams way back in the day. It was the team I always used when I played the MLB games back in the day.
Especially with Ichi, he could just.
No, I was way back. I was with the. I used to play the game with what's his name? Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, Jr.
And
with
what can I think of that?
Boone, Edgar.
Randy Johnson.
Oh, Randy Johnson's pitcher, man. Before he was a goddamn Yankee, and a Diamondback, and a Giant. Man, he had a career.
Yeah. That was my team way back in the day when I used to play the video games.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to play the video games now, but
they have gotten way more complicated with that.
They have.
Oh,
I can't just easily throw the first no more. It's like too many configurations with the buttons.
Yeah, you gotta be like hold R2 with L3 and 6 and
spin around twice.
Pop it.
Oh my god, I remember those things.
They are still popular apparently. So it's also weirdly enough, tech decks are back.
I don't know if I remember that.
The
that
fingerboards.
Oh yeah, no, I never really got into those, but I remember kids that had them in school.
I had a ton.
I remember those, yeah.
And the other thing that got popular again is Beyblades. At work,
I remember that one.
Beyblades, let it rip. We had on Halloween we had an entire segment about like theme songs. That was one of them. They're tops that have like a ripcord attachment to it that you pull and they start spinning. And they battle.
I remember those.
Yeah,
I remember those.
They are super popular again, like selling out their little stadium packs popular. I've
Oh,
had
wow.
at work we get several like right before Christmas there was several calls. They're like, "Do you guys have any more of the Beyblade Stadium?" I'm like, "No, they are gone."
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah, I come from the generation of, Mighty Max.
oh
I never got my Crossfire board game on Christmas morning. Still haven't. Uh, even though I could like probably sing the entire commercial still, and I wanted to be the kid, it was, yeah on the commercial. I didn't get that.
yeah.
Sadly, I'm gonna talk with my parents after we're done here. What's gonna happen?
If they find it now, that's worth a pretty penny.
Oh yeah.
We'll be Jesus. God damn it, Dragon. We're not in France. That is some tea right there, I guess, as the kids would say. I think I'm a year behind on that term, but I caught up eventually. Yeah, no, like it is weird seeing things like, especially now that especially working retail and really like paying attention to stuff there, because I'm working on promotion and stuff like that, and like seeing things cycle that have been popular before, like when I was a kid, and I'm like, whoa, what?
All right.
Yeah. Back in my day.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and then it's like I don't know, and this is what makes me feel old, is when I bring up old stuff and then some of the newer kids don't know what it is.
Oh yeah.
That really kind of just digs the dagger a little deeper in the back. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, that's happened to me a few times. Like I can't remember what I brought up recently. And someone's like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "You're kidding, right?" No, what is that? I'm like, Or like today at work, this one of my coworkers, she guessed my age.
Oh, okay.
She was wrong, but her reasoning for being 5 years off almost was because she's like,
up or down?
Up.
Oh, okay.
Which hurts a little bit, but she's like, you're really mature for you come off as like a reasonable adult who has things together and like has a family with like three or four kids and has a happy wife and all that stuff. I'm like, Jesus, really? Oh
wow.
And I come off with that 30-year-old like nuclear family person. Which I'm like,
wow.
I'm 24. I'm not fucking... Which...
Oh, wow. I get younger for some reason. I don't know. I feel really old, but everybody says I'm younger than what I am, so...
that's a good thing.
Yeah. I don't know. As the days go by, it's like, how much longer am I going to be able to benefit from that?
It'll happen once you see, like, one gray whisker, and you'll be like, well...
Already happened, man. It already happened.
Oh.
It already happened. That's why we wear hats. Hats.
See, my big fear is because my dad's bald. Me, I'm not. He went bald before this age. Me, I can't grow a beard to save my life. Like, you can see, like, the outline, but it gets to this, and then stops. It's like, all right, we're good. I'm like, no, you're not. Something. It doesn't connect here. It doesn't connect here. And I'm like, really?
Oh,
something. Wow. And it doesn't, like, it's not like darker like my hair, because it's like my roots are very blonde. Except during the summer when they get to absorb, like they get to get more color in them. So like the rest of my face is just like, hi, I'm a child. So I'm not looking forward to when I start to bald and can't facial hair yet, and I'm like, oh god, I have a weird head shape. I need something else. Something. So.
Oh yeah, no, this I have here was by choice. I decided just not to have it on the sides, but
I figured. Mine's not.
Oh god, Captain Coco. Yes, I was young. I was young at once. That's one of my guys I know.
Yeah. Which, by the way, Captain, thank you for the follow. Just before the show started. which, by the way, we hit officially to start the new year right. We hit 100, which.
Oh, nice, nice, dude.
We officially hit 100, which means I don't know what we'll do. I'll talk to Steven and Jay when Jay gets back, and we'll figure something out to do special for that.
I mean, you just talked about your hair, and now you hit 100. I mean, you gotta shave it off, man.
God, no, I cannot do bald.
You can't go bald?
I have a weird head shape. Like, I would look like an egg. Like, look at this. All right. I have a 5 head. It's why the hair goes down a little bit sometimes. That would. Yeah, that's why I lean forward a little bit. It disguises a little bit. Because if I lean back, it's like, sup.
Oh wow, man.
I at least lean into it a little bit. I'll own the 5 head. But like, I don't need the 5 head to be like an 8 head.
I used to always say 9 head.
Oh gosh.
Fair enough. I have that friend who I always told her she had a 9 head. Just because when they took her her license picture, they zoomed in really close on her head.
Oh, that's the worst.
I'm gonna have to clip that and send it to her and tell her, yeah, I was talking to you about you on the podcast, but about your
head.
Oh man, that's toothpick with the orange on top of it.
See, I have like one time I've ever done anything remotely like different with my hair was for the charity thing we did 2 years ago now, since technically it's 2020, back in November 2018, when we did the Feeding America thing when I dyed my hair, which that was a choice.
Okay.
I can deal with dyeing my hair because it's a little bit, I still have my hair afterwards.
Okay.
The bald scares me because
I think that scares every man.
It wouldn't like honestly, it wouldn't bother me if I had facial hair.
Okay.
Because my dad has facial hair, he's bald. I'm like, okay, you know what? That works for him. That'd be great. I don't have this, so it's just like
my dad jokes around me about that too, because my dad's balding, and a matter of fact, before I even get into that, I took him to his first Twitch meetup, our meetup, and he's like in the dead center of the picture. So, but he always jokes to me. He's like, yeah. He's like, I lost all my head and you inherited it, and or my hair. Why did I say head? I lost all my hair and you inherited it. He's like, but this is what you're gonna get in the future. And I'm like, oh my god, you didn't have to say that.
Yeah, I'm hoping that because my mom's hair was really really good. So I'm like, maybe I inherited that. Maybe that's what I got. Which
you never know, man.
Wouldn't be a terrible thing,
Yeah, like I said, you gotta experiment while you got it,
Yeah, or I can start using hymns as soon as I start to notice it going.
There you go. That could be a sponsor.
Dude, that would be great. The moment they notice me start losing, like, hey, we got this sponsorship for you. It's not gonna pay, but it's gonna save your hair.
Yep.
My morals.
You can make some hell of a good reads on that. I can see the reads for that.
I started losing my hair when I was blank. Yeah.
I used to color my hair. Now I dye my scalp.
Dude, my friend in my friend in high school had the best afro, late middle school, early high school. He had it was out to here. I don't know if I explained the story of how I met this guy too, which I can explain. Right. Good podcast story. We'll call him B. That was his nickname. That's what I knew him as. First interaction with him. Me and my friends are hanging out, and this is also how I ended up getting the nickname Token, because I was the white boy out of the group.
Fair enough.
So I was the token white boy. That was my staple. I was also college because I was supposed to be the one to go to college. Nicknames don't always work out. So I'm hanging out with my friend Brett, and we're hanging out, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I invited B. He's gonna be This one's B. B's
oh,
the
this
friend.
one's B.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
so
like,
that's the other one.
Hey,
Okay.
I invited B over. He's gonna be over here in a little bit. I'm like, all right, cool. Because I heard about him, but I hadn't met him yet. So have you ever tried a Vibe from Circle K?
The Vibe from Circle K?
Yeah, it's a soda called Vibe. It was like
No.
99 cents, and in our middle school
No, I never tried that.
they were super popular because 99 cents to a middle schooler was super easy, and the Circle K was on the same block as the middle school.
Oh, wow.
So Vibes were popular. So
We had Jolt.
oh, okay.
Jolt was our popular thing. Jolt Cola and Arizona 99-cent teas.
Arizona's are still popular, and those will always
they
be
still
popular.
are. Yeah.
That will stand the testament. That and peach
But middle
tea.
school was definitely Jolt.
Oh yeah, ours were Vibe, and so B walks into the room, afro up. He's got his pick, which has the fist, peace sign, metal pick. He walks in. He's drinking a great Vibe. He walks up. He's like, "What's up? I'm B." I'm like, "Dev." He's like, "You want the rest of this Vibe?" No, I'm good. This ain't an option.
Wow.
And he's taller than me. At the time, he was still taller than me and everything. And I'm sitting on a couch, so he's towering over the couch and does that. And I'm like, he's like, dude, I'm just playing. I'm playing. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. So.
Do you still talk to this guy?
Yeah, dude, he's still like he's still got a ringtone on my phone as the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers ringtone, and his text tone is the Green Ranger.
Oh yes. Another toy I didn't get as a kid. Thanks, Mom.
God, I had a Billy, like the little Play-Doh little ones. I was like,
well, of course
cool,
everybody gets Billy. That's
Billy. That didn't set me up for the nerd stereotype.
Booster, you know? Yeah, everybody wants a Turbo Man, but yeah, you get stuck with Booster.
I was just like, damn, man, I really wanted Jason. Come on. Like,
yeah, exactly. Always the sidekicks. Sidekicks are always still available in stock at Christmas.
Oh God, right? Yeah, so that was my first interaction with him. I'm still friends with him. I still talk to him whenever I get the chance. Like, we haven't talked for a little bit, but like, I could message him tomorrow and be like, "Yo, what up?"
It's good when you have high school friends like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Really
I have a
is.
lot of friends that I can just hit up real quick. Be like, "Hey, how have things been?" He's also the one who got me into airsoft as well, which that was fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, first experience with airsoft. He bought a P90 gravity fed, and one of the friends of our other friend's older brother got a hold of it, drunk, and we decided to run around in the street as he shot into the street with it. And I came around a car like, ha! And then BB right here.
Oh.
So from that point on, we were like, all right, so when we actually go airsofting, goggles was the #1 rule, and we enforced that. It was like, you have to wear goggles.
You kids are safe.
Well, it's because
We weren't.
well, we were also playing with like, at that point we were playing with like 400 to 600 FPS
Okay.
airsoft guns, so like that shit will. One of our friends had a Magnum that during one of the games, afterwards he went home and popped a BB out from the top of his skin on his head because it embedded into the top of his skin, because it was a little closer range than it should have been when he got shot with it. So it went and it embedded under the top layers of skin on his head. So there's a video of him like popping it out.
Oh wow.
So yeah, that's one of the reasons why we are we were very much like, hey, goggles required.
Yeah. Now we were a little worse than that. We used to. I still have 2 really good friends from high school that survived the trials. One friend, and kids don't try this at home. One of my friends I actually set on fire 3 times. I haven't done it in years. Twice was by accident. Once was on purpose. But we went by a friend's house, and a friend used to have this large parking lot behind his house, and we were stupid kids. And like I said, don't try this at home.
That's the big thing.
I was very goth back then. I had my long black trench coat and everything. And yeah, there was that phase. And we were in the parking lot, and we had Roman candles, and we're like, okay, and we had a bottle lighter fluid. So we sprayed our backs with lighter fluid, and we went to the far ends of the lots and had a Roman candle fight, and the person who engulfed in flames lost. I shot him in the back with a Roman candle, and
you lost.
No, he lost, but I still got shot. I still have the jacket here to this day. There's a hole in the bottom of it. It didn't light up that much because it kind of died out. You know how that fluid always like evaporates really fast.
Yeah. But, so you don't do that?
Yeah, don't do that at home. That's when we were young and everybody didn't have a camera phone. So
oh man, that's prove it. That reminds me. One of our friends. He decided to. Me and my brother and him decided to fake his death once.
Wow.
It was so elaborate. So we had this thing that was known as the Hill.
Okay.
It was in our neighborhood. It was the landmark. You could see from almost any house. You're like,
all right.
Hey, let's go to the Hill. So me and them were hanging up there, and he's like, give me a second. And he jumps down. And then we're like, whoa, that's a long jump. And we look down there. He's not there. And he runs up behind. He's like, did you guys know where I went? And we're like, whoa, what? No. And this is a guy who's played football, basketball, baseball. He's an athlete. He is like, out of everyone I know, he is who I would be like, athlete, throughout my life. So he moves pretty fast. So he's like, I just came up with an idea. And I'm like, do tell. So he's like, we get some like light colored clothing. We do that thing where like I hang out over there and then I fall. And you get everyone else and we get him to the edge, and you're like, oh my god, where'd he go? And I run around as fast as I can. Your brother's down there. He changes real quick. He helps me change real quick, and I sit on the rock when you guys come back up. And I'm like, hey guys, like I just went to heaven. And we're like, and I was like, let's do it. So we connive the whole thing, and it actually goes off pretty well. Like, surprisingly,
wow.
He jumps off. We all go to the edge. They're like, where'd he go? Then we go around the one trail that like he would be able to hide away from us. Gets back up there. We come back from the other side around the mountain, and he's sitting there on the rock. Hey guys, how's it going? It's just like, yeah, if we had smartphones, we would have done that. Because we would have just...
right. The smartphones changed everything for all of us.
God, like just thinking about it, just like that shit would not have happened.
Right.
At least not as elaborately. It would have cuts, and it would have been a vine of some sort.
Yeah, exactly. It was a lot of the, that's the thing. The one thing I envy that Twitch and YouTube weren't around when I was younger, because I feel like I had so much content that would have still like lived on.
Yeah.
Had I got it recorded.
Yeah.
And it's just gone. We'll never see my friend get hit with a Roman candle,
We want to see. I really wish, because there was this game called we used to play street football a lot.
Okay.
And my one friend used to be like 300 pounds, like 6'4"-ish. Not a lot of muscle. But then during this dust bowl, we called it the dust bowl because there was a really big monsoon rain, and the what's known as the grass bowl had a layer of dust across the top of it because the water evaporated and all the dirt was just across it. So it was tan instead of green. And when you touched it, it just poofed up dust. So this Super Bowl for us was known as the Dust Bowl. And this is when he decided to go from being like, he's like, you know what? I'm going to get myself in shape. And he is in shape now. This is during that start of his transition, though. So this dude, we do a kickoff. I get it. Mm-hmm. I lateral back real quick to someone faster than me. And then I look back and I see him. Do. and all I can do is and take the hit. And I literally bounced like about 10 yards off the ground. You could see each time I hit the ground too, because I bounce, slid, and laid there dead.
Oh wow!
I wish that would have been on video, because I just wanted to see the dust from it, because I was out of my league with that hit. Like, I was not. I wasn't stopping it, man. It was a Fiat versus a freaking 18-wheeler. There was nothing happening there. So.
Wow. Yeah, I wish I had some of those memories like that too, because we had a field. We called it the field. There was a block away from my house. There was a abandoned lot there, and what we would do is we would go over there about every month, and we'd go over there and cut the grass. Everybody would bring their own lawnmowers, and we'd cut the grass, and that's where we played football, not basketball, but baseball, right there in that lot. And it kind of had that sandlot feel.
Yeah.
You know? We didn't have the beast, but we had the swamp.
Oh, that's good.
And there was a section of the field where it had really high grass, and it was always like soggy ground. Like, it was always muddy and always had water in there. No matter how much everything dried up, that area was always like wetlands. And so anytime anybody hit a home run ball that went in there, game's over. We didn't have a ball no more. So yeah,
That's awesome.
so many baseballs and footballs and everything that they threw in there. You didn't, like a kid, you threw one of his shoes in there, you know. You just didn't get it back. That was the end of that. I even think there was a bike that still might be in there.
Some archaeologist like 100 years from now is gonna go over there and be like, oh my god, it's a Schwinn from the 90s.
Oh yeah, no, we weren't that rich. We had the Huffies, so.
Huffies.
Yeah.
We had all my friends had mongoose.
Yeah.
And I had my grandparents bought me a Schwinn mountain bike, and everyone else had like BMX ones. I'm like, wait up. I can technically go faster, but I've got to pedal harder.
Yeah, right.
Also, Bree.
Hey, Bree.
Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I had a good New Year's. Was just playing Red Dead, and then the game crashed. So, you know.
Oh wow, I'm learning not Resident Evil. I'm learning GTA role playing right now.
Nice. I have thought about getting into it. I just haven't had the chance to really like invest into it, because I Sea of Thieves. I do a lot of RP with. So.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
I've been watching a lot of No Pixel, and I just really enjoy it. So I'm like,
dude,
I think I'm gonna give this a try.
Some of that stuff is just hilarious.
Well, I didn't know anything about it per se. You know, like I knew people were doing it. I was like, come on, guys, let's just play the actual game. You know, and then one meetup, Penta showed up there.
Penta.
Yeah, and I didn't know anything about his channel. He was just a really cool guy. At the end of the event, I ran into him because he came with Gassy Mexican.
Yep.
And Curry Llama. And I just go up to the bar, and, you know, we were talking, you know, they're like, oh yeah, good show and everything like that. And, you know, we're, you know, hanging around, you know, BSing. And then next thing you know, he kept trying to want to buy me a drink. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, I got to drive home after this, you know, and I have to be the responsible host, you know. And but he was a really cool guy, you know. We were just bullshitting around a little bit, you know. Like I really wish I could have had more time to hang out with them, because, you know, when you do your own meetups, you never get to have any fun in them because people are dragging you back and forth and back and forth. So I didn't get a chance to hang out with them. But then when I went home, I was like, you know what, let me just check out his channel, and I ended up loving his content, and it's like something I watch daily now.
Yeah, no. I started following Penta like back in H1Z1 days, which doesn't feel like it was 3 years ago. It feels like way longer, but it was 3 years ago when H1Z1 was still at its peak. Because that's when I decided to start streaming. Like, I'm gonna play H1Z1. I'm gonna get good at that. I was never good at that.
Oh wow!
But like, I started watching Gassy play it, which is how I found Penta, because him and Penta and Curry all played together for a while on that game, and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. And that's how I found him through that, and Kirby, and like a few other people. I'm like, oh, cool, expanded my horizons. So also it's really weird seeing like small world, because like being in same communities and being like, oh hey.
Yeah, right. You just like, and that's the thing I like about the meetups. It's like, man, it's just it really broadens your horizons. You know?
Oh yeah.
You get to meet so many people, people that I would never even thought about just attempting to reach out to them or talk to them. You know.
Yeah.
Um, sorry. You also find that the people that you meet at these things, a lot of them, like they're the same way in real life. Really genuine people. That's why I really like doing these. You know. And now here we're 10 meetups later, you know, and it's like, wow, look how far we've come.
Yeah, that's awesome. Also, like I know, because like one of the things that I've really liked is when I do go to like conventions and meetups, stuff like that. Because I've gone to two TwitchCons and PAX South. Back in 18. Yeah, 18. Was it? No, it was 17. PAX South 17.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it was 18. It was 18 because it was January 18. Sorry, trying to map it out. I'm like, when the fuck did that happen? So I went to that, and that's when I first started to meet people. I just joined my first Twitch team, kind of thing.
Okay.
Didn't really work out. That team had some issues, but mind you, a lot of my friends that I've made going forward, I met through there. And this is the first time I've ever, like, I went to an event, started meeting people that I knew online, and then I met more people. And then, like, every convention since, it's like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. And then you have a few drinks with them, and you're like, oh, yeah, dude, you're pretty bad, you know, and have conversation and everything. I've, like, TwitchCon this year, I ran into, I can't remember his username, but he runs stuff behind the scenes for Mystery Science Theater, like the licensing.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
okay,
because he overheard me talking with someone about movie podcasts that we do, and he was like, "Oh, you do movies? Well," I'm like, "That's pretty awesome." I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty fun." He's like, "You ever heard of Mystery Science Theater?" I'm like, "I have." You're gonna tell me something really cool. I'm like, "Oh shit." Just being on the spot like that, but like, you know, being able to like have those moments, just like without Twitch, without meetups like that, like wouldn't have happened. Like I wouldn't have met someone that cool just randomly like that.
Yeah. You know, I try to tell a lot of the, you know, the new and up and coming streamers, go. You know, it doesn't have to be a meetup. You go to, you know, a con or anything that's in gaming related, and just go up to someone and just say hello. You know, you don't have to talk to the most popular person in the room. Because I think every Twitch streamer, when they first get involved with this, always thinks that, oh, hey, if I talk to the most popular person in the room, they're gonna help me get over, and I'm gonna be the next big Twitch streamer, you know. And
yeah,
you know, we've all had it. I had it when I first started.
Yeah.
When I first started, I thought, oh my god, all I gotta do is meet man versus game, and that's it. And I'm in, you know. And you know, and like I said, and then I ended up becoming humble, and I just started talking to people, and I realized that, you know what, there's so many cool people, and it doesn't matter your audience size. You could meet so many great people, and that's how I stumbled on people like Penta and you know, and Gassy. Like I originally didn't know who they were, and like I said, and that's how you make those great, you know, interactions. They're normal people just like everybody else.
Oh yeah, like with funny enough with Gassy, like he was the one that I was like, if I meet Gassy, you know, I can make friends with him, all that. And I've had interactions with him like at a bar and stuff like that. He's a great person. Like every time I've interacted with him, he's amazing to interact with. But like it was after I like started to think about it. I'm like, I should just focus on what I want to do. Like I should just be myself as best I can and just enjoy this. That's probably smarter than just being like, I'm gonna talk to them and they're gonna like me.
Yeah, right.
There's no guarantee of that either. Like that's the big thing.
No, there's not. And then the conversation doesn't have the good flow like you want it to, you know, because you're overthinking every one of your questions that you're gonna ask, and like just have fun with it. You never know where Twitch will take you.
Exactly.
And there's no two streamers that I've met that have the similar path to whatever they deem successful, because there's a lot of streamers that think, oh well, as soon as I hit partnership, like I've made it. Like, no, you haven't.
No.
Like, that's the start. You just literally got in the door, you know?
Yeah, that's because that's a lot of people think about they don't think about the fact that, like, if you just go for partnership, you're putting all your eggs in one basket too. Like, it doesn't work that way. You've got to make sure you diversify. Jesus Christ, have a diverse source of income. That's why, like, hey, if you make partner, yeah, that's good. You have better revenue cuts, this and that. But you should also probably look at, people at that point probably wouldn't mind merch, buying stickers and a shirt, and there's probably people who would do that. You should look at, hey, other ways for people who are willing to do it can help support the channel. Like, that's the other thing. Like, you can't, or, like, have other sources. Like, hey, we are also on YouTube. And you can watch, highlights and, exclusive stuff over there, this and that. Like, creating different routes of revenue is the thing that people don't think about. And they're like, made partner, going full time. And I'm like,
yeah, right. Some people make that full-time decision before partner.
Yeah. And I mean, and it does work out for some people, because they've already probably, the big thing about those ones is, like, they've already diversified. It's like, some of them have art of some sort, some have, like, animation, stuff that they can, do elsewhere. They don't need to make all their money on Twitch.
They don't, and that's why I say everybody should have their own level of success, because for a long time I strive for, chasing check marks, everybody wants to be seen and heard, and it's like I come to the point in my life, like, I've even, like, the last 6 months I've done probably the fewest streams I've ever done in my entire life. And it's just like, I'm fine with helping other people and telling them the stories and the people I've met, and, like, I'm happy with that. Like, if I never get a check mark, I'm fine with that. I'm happy that I'm able to do something that's not, I mean, it's still Twitch related, but it's not the main spotlight of it,
Yeah.
The meetups is a really big thing to me. And like I said, and just recently, it came to where I guess I'm inheriting it now that Brandon's stepping down. But it's something I'm going to continue to do the same way he did. I'll try to make improvements to it. And like I said, and I'm open to talking to anybody about anything when it comes to Twitch.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like having just an open mind about, like, success can take different routes. Like, not like for me personally, like, I have, yeah, making partnership on, like, my channel on DorkyDev would be phenomenal, and that'd be nuts to me. But also, like, I would almost rather have, like, this side of things, like the podcast and stuff, where I can, it's not just me, it's other people. We can do what we want. It's like, hey, we've got, like, right now, like, show-wise, like, one of them, like, T-Pop right now is not, it's not dead. If anyone thought it was dead, it's not dead. We're just, it's coming back. It's just, Jay's revamping some stuff, and, he's, Q4 was rough for both of us work-wise. That's why this show and, like, our game night show were, like, which one's gonna happen that week, because I don't know if I can do both. And then we have the movie podcast, and if I could get those to be successful on their own in other ways, like, once this year we plan on start putting stuff over on Spotify and other sources, because, hey, people like to listen to podcasts.
I do.
And, not just having them in a visual media is probably a good idea.
True.
So, and it's something we've been meaning to do. We just haven't had the chance to do. So I plan on maybe even this weekend, because I have a 3-day weekend, so I can maybe take some time just to download audio files and just be like, all right, let's start doing this. So that people can just, enjoy listening to it, because that's the thing. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be success on Twitch to be successful. Like, that's what people don't always understand. And it's rough to see it, especially, like, you try to tell people who are new to it. Like, I had a friend who, once I started streaming, he's like, hey, could you show me how to do all this stuff? Also, you should have merch. And this is before I hit 100. I was like, what? Huh? Like,
yeah, I mean, we all think that if we do that one thing, that's going to be the thing to get us where we need to be. Like what we were talking about earlier about meeting the person.
Yeah.
You know, everybody thinks just like there's that one like take weight loss for example. You know, everybody thinks there's that one miracle thing that they do, and that's going to get them to where they need to be. You know, in their lives, and that's not necessarily true. You know, there's people that think, oh, if I have a merch store, you know, and I start, you know, posting links places, people are going to buy my merchandise, and then I made it.
Yeah.
There's people that think that, oh, you know, as soon as I, you know, have a professional looking stream, then I've made it. There's people who think, oh man, if I have just the best equipment, you know, then I've made it, you know, then I could fail because my stream looks better than everybody else's. That's not true either, because your content is what makes you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and it's also what content you're trying to do. Like me, I do variety, which is a slow burn, and I know it's a slow burn. I chose that path. I could have easily just been like, you know what, I'm gonna play FPSs all the time, but I don't want to because that is boring as shit. And I legitimately cannot play the same game every night, and I like. It's annoying in some ways. I'm like, I know some people probably show up and just want one game, but I'm like, I can't do that. It's not my style of making content. I know it's a slow burn.
Most people can't.
Yeah,
most people can't. That's why that category is so big. With I'm a variety streamer.
Yeah,
you know,
it's just
yeah, because we want to have fun. I mean, you know, yeah. Man, you know, we could talk about this for so long. Like, there's so many things that come into play with this. You know, it's just
right.
Like, you know, there's variety. There's I'm a streamer, but I can't play AAA titles because no one will watch me day one. You know, and things like that. You know, like those things. Like I used to spend, you know, a lot of time trying to figure out the formula and giving people that advice. So I'd be like, oh, you know, guys, don't play the top 10 games on Twitch because no one's going to see you, and make sure that your content will make sure to get you in the top 10 for your concurrent viewers. If you have enough concurrent viewers to be in the top 10 on any one of those games, and that's the game for you, you know, or wait and see which game you're going to play and see the top streamer on there and see how long he's been streaming for. If he's been streaming for 8 or more hours, there's a chance he's going to get off soon and you're going to be number one next, you know. Things like that, you know, and it's like, if you do that, if you ride the numbers, you're going to drive yourself crazy.
Oh yeah, that was me. Like once I hit 100, and I was like, all right, time to get serious. Like, yeah, for that first like 20 followers after that, I'm like, yeah, we're going, and then I hit like the first real plateau, and I was like, everything's falling apart, like mentally, and then I thought about it, I'm like, man, you haven't even hit fucking 200. You haven't even hit 1,000. Like, you're not falling apart. This is normal. Relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
I mean, it's okay to celebrate my milestones.
Yes.
You should
like,
be able to
100 on this
happy.
channel is awesome. Like for us, because it's just like for us, it's a community. It's a like cornucopia of multiple different channels and different, you know, communities able to find some joy in this channel. Like, that's why, like, hitting 100 is really awesome to me on this channel. And that's why I want to celebrate that.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, you should celebrate that, you know, and do this, like I said, whatever makes you happy on your channel. My cousin actually figured out that formula for himself, you know. He just wanted to have his friends around him. And I used to not understand that when he first brought it up to me. I'm like, oh, you could do this, you could be so much bigger and stuff like that. And he found what makes him happy. You know, he just wants to have his friends around him, and he wants the people that he's met and made friends with on Twitch to be around him, and he's cool with that. And that, I like that, because he found his own level of success, you know, and and that's where he wants to be, and he's happy with it. And like I said, you know what? Everybody should be able to have that feeling no matter what level they're at. And, you know, even if you don't hit the top level, you know, like I said, be happy. You created something here that wasn't there before.
Oh, yeah.
You taking people away from screaming kids, honking horns, late bills, angry bosses. If you take them away from their everyday lives for 5 minutes, you've done something to change people's lives throughout the world.
Oh, yeah. Like, one of my favorite moments was when this viewer came in and he said, like, I was the first person to make him laugh all day. He had just lost his dog, and I brought the first bit of real joy that day has had for him. And I was like, see, that's what's about. And I think that's what, like, that moment really turned it for me. Like, I had always said, like, you know, I'm just in it to just, you know, try to make people laugh and stuff like that. But that was the moment where it clicked. I'm like, no, I am here just to make people laugh. I'm here just to try to make something that people are going to find enjoyable and get away from, like, the crap that they might be dealing with. Because, like, that's why I started watching Gassy Mexican on YouTube and the Creatures when that was still a thing and all of that stuff. Like, that's why I delved into Achievement Hunter and Rooster Teeth and all that content, was because I needed an escape. I'm going to create a way for people to escape.
And I bet you felt really good when you got that first message from
me. Without a doubt. That was one of those moments where I'm like, damn.
It was worth the thousands of hours of content, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Like, that one message was all worth it.
I've gotten, I haven't gotten a lot over the years, but I've gotten my fair share of them. And it's like when you get those moments when you have someone tweet about you and say, oh, you know, thank you for this, or, you know, or they go out of their way and just, like, I've been to Twitch cons. Some people went out of their way and wanted to take a picture with me. I'm like, you know, every streamer still has, I believe most streamers have that humble moment where they're like, really, you want to take a picture of me, you know? Or when the first person asks for your autograph. You know, I haven't done many of them in my life, but the ones I've done, I could tell you where my autograph's at. You know, and it's like, you know, actually that's a good story too. The first autograph I ever did, and this is before I was LethalJ, this is back when I was Lethal Jugular. First person that ever asked for my autograph was at TwitchCon, and he asked me to autograph his hoodie, and there was only one other name on that hoodie. And I looked at the other name, and the other name was DJ Wheat.
Oh.
And I was like, dude, you sure you want me to autograph this? This is probably going to bring down the value of this someday. And he's like, no, dude, I really want your autograph. I'm like, dude, okay. I was like, and dude, it, like, that moment at TwitchCon, just like, man, like I just felt like elevated. Like, I was like, wow, man, like that meant that much to him. And then, like, the next year I seen him again at TwitchCon, and he wore the hoodie, and he had a whole bunch of other autographs on there too, people that I knew. I'm like, that's so cool, man. You know, it's just like something like that, and like someone treasured that.
You made an impact. That's the thing. Like,
yeah.
You have impacted that person's life in a positive way that they're like, hey, I want to remember it for as long as this jacket lasts. I'm gonna remember it.
Yeah.
If not longer, like probably longer. But you know what I mean. Like the physical form of that impact is a thing that they will have for as long as they can.
Yeah, you know, and you never know. Twitch is still so new.
Oh yeah.
You know, we're all still pioneers here, even though it's been around for quite a few years now. You know, if this is still going many years and decades from now, I mean, that might be a hot Amazon or eBay item, you know?
Yeah.
Just because of the simple fact that it was one of the original, you know, first pieces of merchandise. Not because my name's on it, because that might still lower the value in decades, but still.
No, like that's the thing too. Like, it's just like all those names on there too. Like you're part of like that person's collective experience on Twitch. Like you're part of that, like that sphere that they want of communities that they want to be a part of and represent in some way, which is just cool.
Yeah.
Like it's I have a viewer, Geo, who whenever he gets a chance, he uses the new I like the new little point system that they have in chat. He'll use it
I've
to
been
get
collecting them since we've been talking.
I keep he whenever he gets a chance, he edits one of my emotes on my channel, or he gets the heart emotes, and so like when we go to do raid somewhere he's like, I can use it for the raid. And I'm like, that's awesome. He wants to be a part of like the community's like passing, like, hey, you're taking over for the night. Kind of thing. And I just love it. I love that crap, because it's just like you're making like, yeah, like he's able to support in that way, which is he's awesome, because like, yeah, he doesn't have to pay money to be supportive. He's watching, he's engaging, he's having fun, and he's he wants to be, he wants to interact with parts of the community that he can unlock in different ways. Like, that's one reason I like the news point system, because, like, hey, people who are longtime viewers who maybe, feel like, I hate that people might feel guilty because they can't help monetarily support. That just, I hate when people feel like that. So having a way for them to, sort of support in a different way with, being able to get the things that other people in the community have to just feel like they're a member of the community more, I think is really awesome, in my opinion.
Yeah, if you could give them something like that, when I was doing this pretty steadily, I would always tell people the most important thing that you could do to contribute to this community is be here. Because that red number going out by one person puts us in a whole new category by each person that goes in our channel. And like I said, that's why I told them, like, that's the best way you could support the chat. Or like a tweet, that's free. Anything that's free that you feel like you want to contribute, I appreciate the hell out of it. Like a tweet, talk in our discords, use an affiliate link if you're gonna buy something somewhere. A Prime sub there, that's another thing. Anything like that, I value probably Prime subs sometimes more than actual subs, just because of the fact that they only get to spend it on one channel a month, and they decide to spend it with you. So like they could literally.
Thank you for reminding me. I forgot to do that. We're getting emotes soon, so I need to drop that real quick.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know if it's counterintuitive, but like, hey, it's free, so
it's free.
Which, by the way, hopefully towards the beginning of the year, we will have actual emotes and sub badges on the channel here soon, which will be nice. Because it's been something that we've been discussing for the better part of a year, being like, should we do this? And then finally we're like, hey, let's do this. So we'll, hopefully towards the beginning part of the year, we'll have all of that designed and ready to go here soon. So
nice, dude, nice.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the other thing. Like, any form of support just means so much in any way. Like,
it does. Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, because some people might not think about it being like, oh, that's pretty, simple for someone to do. But yeah, it's simple, but it doesn't mean any less.
Yeah, anything like that does matter. I think the more important part is the after they do those things. As a streamer, you shouldn't expect that from them every month.
Oh, no.
It's great if they can, but if they can't, don't let that depress you. If they can't do that, they have lives just like we have lives, outside of streaming. We have jobs, we have families, some people have kids, some people have sick family members they're taking care of. All that stuff comes in life. I think a lot of viewers don't see that too much, understanding what a streamer goes through. But as a streamer, you should be able to tell yourself that I need mental stability.
Yes.
Like I said, and like I mentioned earlier, don't let the numbers hurt you. Turn them off if you need to. I do. I actually I can show you this. I keep this on my desk. It's taped to my monitor. I'm gonna tape it for you. I turn off my numbers and I put this up on my screen. And this is just a piece of paper that says watching now, and it says 3,402 people.
That's awesome.
And the only reason I keep that on my desk is because if the number is 0, I always want to imagine that there's that many people watching. Because if you constantly look at a number and you're like, oh, no one's here, no one cares, I don't need to be entertaining. You look at that number, I need to be entertaining all the time.
Yeah, because hey, it might say 0 at that moment, but someone walks in, it's not going to say 1 for a little bit. It takes a moment for the system to recognize, so that person could be sitting there like...
Yeah, they say you only have 30 seconds to catch someone's attention before they move on to the next stream.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, that is it. That's not like with me, like, it helps that I can just literally, like, I will say right now for me, Last Jedi is hard to do that with, because there are certain moments where I'm just walking and I'm just like, Nothing is really happening in the game. Cool, nothing to riff off of. There is a plant over there. It's green. Like other games like Pokemon, I could just talk for fucking ever, and then, like, no one has to be talking in chat. I'm just hitting here like, hey, that's a chat man right there. All this stuff. What's my type charts? This stuff. Like, I can just ramble on about that. And like, yeah. It's just talk to yourself. It helps.
I always say talk out loud, but have a filter.
Yes.
There's some things that should not come out of your head. Say what you're thinking, but say with the filter. Because, like I said, there's some things that just should stay up there, and there's some things that people were like, "Oh, he said that," or he has those views, and I'm like, "Okay, you know what your channel is. Keep it that way."
Yeah. See, that's why this channel and the other channel do have the mature thing, because we do cuss, and occasionally there have been times where my chat has gotten just downright raunchy, and I'm like, "Oh, you guys." You motherfuckers.
I have a couple of those trolls. Some that are in your chat right now that I'm surprised they're behaving. Not gonna name names, but yeah, they have given me a hard time. I love the shit out of them, but they have given me a hard time.
Those are some of the funniest conversations, let's be honest. Like,
they are. And some of them became real life friends.
Oh yeah, that's the best part.
One of them in your chat right now just got a package from me today.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I stole my cousin's Christmas tree and sent it to him.
That's great.
I shit you not, I am not lying.
This year, I got like my first real Christmas card from someone, and it's from Jay from our group here. He sent me this. Like, I'm like, nice. Oh shit. I'm like, I'm important enough to send a Christmas card to him?
Yeah, dude, you made it, man.
What? Like, it's just some people's trivial, but it's just like, I haven't even met, like, Jay and me haven't had the chance to actually meet in person yet. But like, he's like, hey, here's a Christmas card, man. I'm like, oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah. The guy I sent the package to today. We never met in person, but we've talked, on Discord and play games together before. And like I said, you find those people that you connect with all the time.
Yeah. That's how this channel started, in all honesty, was people that I'm like, me and Steven were like, hey, we watched a movie together. We watched the Cloverfield Paradox when it released.
Nice, good movie.
So we got into like one of the rabbit things when they were still alive. That channel's dead now. It's just kind of sad.
Oh, wow.
But we started it up, watched it, started having a discussion. I'm like, that would make a good podcast. And Critically Casual was born, and then everything else was born. People came in, people have left. But that's just life. Like, people will come in, people will leave. That's just what happens. People have real life happen, and my friend group, just because I started this, has expanded to meeting new people like you, because a mutual friend was like, hey.
Yeah, that's literally how it started. People, like, he literally I posted out a tweet saying that I wanted to try doing podcasts and see how I like the format of it, because I thought about eventually doing one of my own one day, and people just reached out, and that's how I ended up here today.
Hey, that's all it took was a hello there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That was the GIF. GIF or GIF, whatever you prefer.
Oh god, I can't stand GIF. I'm just like,
I say it the opposite way to piss people off. Like when they say it a certain way, and they're like, "Oh no, it's definitely GIF, man. It's definitely."
I'm just like, that. It's a G.
I like anybody who knows me, that if I'm giving you shit, then I'm your friend, because I like to rattle cages sometimes, just to, like I said, I don't know, see how far I can push some of my friends, because they push back at me. Yeah, it is. That's where you get the funniest content.
Oh, without a doubt, those are great moments, without a doubt.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Like I said, my friend from high school set him on fire 3 times. Still my friend.
Yeah, that's fair. You've said a lot. We did one thing was ping pong balls. We were hanging out. That reminds me of this story. we were all hanging out. This video still exists somewhere. I don't know where it is, but it exists. It shows up in our memories on Facebook like once a year, and I'm like, oh yeah, that happened. That was dumb. And we decided to throw ping pong balls as hard as we could at each other's backs.
Okay.
Just rip it like as fast as you can in a airless room, pretty much. So they just cut. Like they went, and you would just hear. The video would be, look at the person getting ready to throw, goes to the other person because you know you're not going to be able to keep up with it, and the frame rate's going to look like shit on those phones, the earlier smartphones, and all of a sudden you just see a white dot. Zing! Just off.
Wow. I like
stuff
like that.
Yeah, we did dumb shit like that all the time. It was just like...
I watch dumb shit like that all the time on YouTube. That's most of my free time is watching people hurt themselves on YouTube. And that's my entertainment.
I will see if I can find that video sometime and see if I can get the permission of all involved to see if we can share that real quick. Mind you, some of our voices are a little bit higher at the time. Like, mine is definitely like middle adolescent dev, so it's kind of like, hey guys, how's it going? Like, it's just a little higher. It's not. It hasn't quite gotten to this level where it's just like my normal talking voice. It's more of a, hey guys, how's it going? Kind of thing. Like. still hasn't quite gotten enough bass in it yet. Like, yeah, no, we did some dumb shit like that. There was the amount of times like we did a camping game of airsoft like overnight, and just one camp had food, the other didn't that night.
Oh wow!
Because
Okay.
our team had meat.
Okay.
I like to camp, so I brought my little Coleman grill to make breakfast and dinner, and my other friend likes to camp, so he brought lighter fluid and stuff like that for the fire pit, and like I brought my 8-man tent.
Oh wow!
My mummy bag that's been passed down through the generations, like all that stuff. And also we hear at the other camp, boom, because someone threw the only can of beans they had into the fire.
Oh my god.
Dumb shit like that. I'm like, you guys are fucking idiots. We're gonna enjoy these delicious tortillas and salsa and eggs that I make in the morning with sausage because I was prepared. Shit, that was idiots.
No. I've had some of those stories too. Same friend I set on fire. I threw his socks in the campfire that we were at, and then I told him there was a section of the woods there, like right along the camp, that like clearly wasn't a walkable path. And I just told him like, I'll give you a pack of cigarettes and a Monster Energy drink if you just walk straight for 5 minutes in that direction. And he did, and I kept hearing his voice. I couldn't see him no more. Like it was that dark out there. And then at one point, I just hear, I'm stuck. I can't move. I'm stuck. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm shining the flashlight. Can you see the flashlight? He's like, no. I was like, well, I don't know where to begin to find you. He eventually came out the other end somehow. But yeah, I was like, man, dude, if you would have got stuck out there, that would have been it. I'm like, I wasn't going to be able to make it out there. I'm like, you're the smaller guy here.
Yikes. Yeah. Shit like that's fun though. I miss that shit. So, damn you, adulthood.
Exactly.
Take away the innocence.
When I could take a fall.
Oh god, right? Now I bend over. I'm just like, I hear my knees just go. I'm like, oh, man.
I've come up with a new rule as I've gotten older. The miles per hour you hit the ground is the number of days it takes for you to heal. So if you hit the ground at 10 miles per hour, 10 days to heal.
Sounds about right, honestly. Yeah.
Oh boy. Yep.
Yeah. Not looking forward to when it gets worse.
It gets worse. Just let you know. I just turned 36. It gets worse.
Man. God.
Crazy, I know.
Yeah. I'm gonna be 30 this year. This decade, I mean. Sorry.
Oh, All right. So
This
there's
year.
a
My God, my
possibly
bad.
a 10-year span there.
5.
Okay. All right.
95 works out really well because every 5 years it's like, hey.
Yeah, I'll be 40 this decade. That's scary.
I'll get you a mug.
It's super scary because I just I was sitting backstage at the Metro because that's where we did the last meetup, and which is a huge concert venue, and and Brandon went on stage and announced his retirement, and from the event per se, and by stepping down, and I was sitting backstage after the event, and I was talking to one of the other planners. I'm screwed. I'm in a lot of trouble. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I just inherited a young man's game. I'm like, I'm like, everybody's out there partying and my feet are killing me from walking around all night. So I'm like, I'm screwed. I'm like, now I have to, at 36, I'm taking over the Twitch Chicago meetup. And oh boy, I still get the shakes when I say that.
So with that, actually, we can talk about that real quick since
All right.
we got those. I will post the first one real quick.
This is great. Got a little mini fridge right by the desk.
Oh, that's always great.
Got the water right there to go. All right. Best idea I've had.
The Twitch Chicago .com.
TwitchChicago.com. Yes, that's one of our places you can find out event info. It's not the main thing we're using right now because we have the meetups.tv.
Yes, I'm getting that real quick.
That's the one that we that Twitch asked us to use. Anytime we post an event, that goes there. All Twitch events require an RSVP now. What can I say about the meetup that hasn't been said already? I mean, it's been 10 events now. It's grown so much, guys. It started in a room that had less than 30 people in it. No sponsors. And now it's, we had, I don't have all the numbers in front of me, but I do know we had over 850 RSVPs for the last event. We raised almost $2,000 for Extra Life for Kids the day of the event.
Nuts.
Yeah. Which was one of their medal tiers, so they're sending us a medal this month. What else? We had a lot of great sponsors there. We work with MSI, Logitech, Lightstream, Jackbox Games, Voodoo Ranger, just so many great ones. These are actually the sponsors of the last event before this past one. We had Blue Microphone there. We had some HyperX headphones gifted. Actually, these are the headphones right here.
I actually still have
that were
a Blue
gifted
Yeti. No?
from New Belgium with their logos on side. These are limited HyperX with New Belgium.
Those are nice. Like I've got
Yeah.
to show off Blue real quick. The classic, the beginner mic for most people. The classic Blue Yeti.
Oh, nice.
I still got that that thing sitting around. But no, it's awesome. Like having that kind of like just from like that photo right there alone, like just from that one, like that's nuts.
Yeah, that was at where were we at for that? Oh, we were at a place called Mahoney's that doesn't even exist anymore. Well, actually, the one picture where we're all sitting there on the stage, that's from Mahoney's, and the other one was from a bar called Replay. Actually, no, that one was at headquarters. Yeah, we've been to so many places. We always try to keep it fresh, and try to find the next exciting thing. But now, I guess the good problem to have is we outgrown bars. We can't fit it in the bar no more. We used to be in the general public to now we're booking concert halls and hotel conference rooms. And wow, it's just a really exciting time. I'm really excited to see where we go next.
Oh, that's just it's rad. Like that stuff is. I imagine it is tough to put into words. Exactly. How it feels.
It is. It is, because Brandon, when he started this, he just wanted to have friends to play games with, and he was so new to Twitch that, like I said, that was his main goal with it. When I got into it, I went to the very first meetup and I met him there. And then after that, the next meetup after that, I wrote an email to a company called Discord. Maybe you heard of it. And I wrote them an email.
Using it right now.
Yeah, I wonder. I basically just wrote them an email and said, hey, there's a Twitch meetup out here in Chicago. Would you guys like to be involved? And, maybe, have some stuff to give away. And they're like, sure. And they sent me a huge box full of t-shirts and tons of t-shirts and pins and buttons and stickers. And it didn't show up on time for the second one, but we used it for the third one. And at the third one, I wrote another email, so we had double the stuff to give away. And after that event, I talked to Brandon at TwitchCon. We were out. It was like 2:30 in the morning, and I ran into him. And we sat down at a Subway at 2:30 in the morning. And I was like, Brandon, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I really like this stuff. I really like, helping with the event. I would love to help more. I really like the vibe of it. And I was telling him about my passions, like we've been talking about the last hour, like all the things I like about Twitch and how I like the vision that he had when he got into this. I'm like, I kind of feel the exact same way. I'm like, I just like this community thing. And he's like, all right. He's like, well, that's what you want. I'll give you more responsibilities. And like I said, by the fourth one, I was collecting tickets at the door and on stage, handing out prizes. And shortly after that, I had a microphone in my hand because he's like, oh, you should MC the event since you've been a professional DJ. I'm like, all right. I started doing that, and then now I sit in board meetings and talk with big companies and ask them to give us money for our event and try to get them to fly out and see us and get new sponsorship deals. It's come a long way, and now I'm I guess you could say I'm the guy now. And yeah, wow, man, it only took 5 years.
That's nuts though. Like that's still like 5 years to go from like small little, small group of people meeting up to, hey, we need a concert hall real quick. Can we rent use that as our venue? It's just like
getting
what?
Film crew and having hosts, and it's streaming to the front page of Twitch. That's something I could tell the people out there. And this is why I say no two paths are the same and always dream big. I'm an affiliate on Twitch, and I've been on the front page of Twitch 4 times. I've also just recently at this last event got interviewed by Okadrian, man who's been doing like so many things for Twitch in the past, been the host of GameStop TV.
Yeah.
He's interviewed CM Punk, he's interviewed Stan Lee and the Power Rangers, and I got interviewed by him on one of the most historical stages in Chicago where the Smashing Pumpkins played their last concert ever. Like, you guys got to dream big. It doesn't matter if you don't have a check mark. Just go for it.
Well, that's like my friend who came up with our intro song for this show. He made that for me. He got to interview Time Force Rangers, Red and Pink. Nice. At the event he went to recently. I'm like, dude. He was like, he was looking for someone with a passport to go with him to help too. And I'm like, God damn it! If I only had a fucking passport, I could have met one of my favorite Red Rangers of all time, Time Force Red. What? What? And just like seeing the pictures of him really having like a blast with that and being like on a stage with those two, their helmets in front of them on the stage, and they're playing like the Power Ranger fighting game, and I'm like, bro, that is a dream right there. And he does shoutcasting stuff, like,
okay,
like that is like the path will like your path is going to go in unique different ways. Like,
yeah, it will.
You don't necessarily have to aim for something, just kind of see what works for you.
Yeah, set small goals and don't. If you don't have someone else's success, you're doing fine. Because what would you rather have at the end of the day? Would you rather have their success or you have your own success? I remember when I first started, I was like, I want to be like that. Like, no, you know what? I want to have my own community and do my own things, and people like me for me, not for me trying to be someone else. Like I said, find your area of success and go get it, and just be unique. Like, don't be everybody else. That's what makes people popular and makes them stand out, is because they ain't what other people are. You know,
exactly.
Be yourself.
That's where things like that succeed. So, well, this has been an awesome conversation, by the way. I have to say, like, man.
Thank you. I was nervous as hell. Like I said, this is my first podcast ever.
You are a freaking natural for conversation. Like,
thank you.
Because sometimes for me, the two-man can be for this show. You know, we can have 2 to 5 people. The two-man can be a little difficult because it's just like, what topics can we discuss? But like, yeah, like I also sometimes forget. Hey, we're all on the same platform. We all kind of understand that. Like, hey, this is this is Twitch.
Yeah, this is Twitch. You know, this would be the conversation you and me are having here would be the same conversation I would have with you at TwitchCon at 1 a.m. having a beer in a bar. You know, like, it's just,
yes.
Like, I like having these conversations with people. And I tell that to anybody who's, you know, I'm not saying like I'm high status just because I'm doing the Twitch Chicago stuff, you know, and I'm on that level with those guys. Like, come tap me on the shoulder, say hello, you know. And I encourage you to do that, not just to me, but any person out there. I'm like, everybody just wants to meet you. You know, don't be afraid when you come to these events. I understand some people have like those social anxieties, but it's like, I've worked in the DJ business for 13 years. And I've had parties and events for many different crowds. And when I started bringing the Twitch meetup to some of the bars I worked at, they always told me everywhere I left, this is one of the nicest crowds I've ever had in this venue. And they were so polite and respectful. So why would you be afraid of a group like that?
Oh, yeah,
you know,
no.
If anybody you're going to say hello to someone at a meetup.
Exactly. Like, that's how most of the people I've met have been. Like, we have a friend, T-Pat, who every time, like, our first interaction together was we were in a line at a Whataburger, and he was right behind us, and we just started talking. And from then, like,
Exactly.
we were talking drunk off our fucking asses, mind you, because we were in a Whataburger in the middle of San Antonio. But that's how it started, and that's how I made that friend. I'm like, oh, hey, dude. So, like, usually at every convention, it's just like, hey, you got a moment to meet up real quick just so we can say hi again real quick? So it's just like, yeah, man, like, people just you know, be yourself, have fun. Like, don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to meet someone. Second meetup we ever did, there was a guy there that was sitting there and he wasn't really talking to anybody. I went up and talked to him. I said hello. We ended up talking. I still talk to the guy to this day. A lot of people weren't talking to him because he was a mod.
Oh.
And everybody thought they had to meet a streamer, you know? I went up and said hello. I didn't know who he modded for or anything. Turns out he's one of the mods for John Sandman.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, oh yeah, you know, that's cool, man. You know, I like talking to you. He's like, I'm gonna tell John about you when I get back. I didn't know who John was at the time. You know, I was still new into Twitch. And he's like, yeah, you know, I'll tell him about you. Maybe he'll come by and raid your channel or something. I'm like, oh, and I just like laughed. I'm like, all right, cool, man. Thanks, man. You know, I appreciate it. I swear I didn't know nothing about John. And I'm like, dude, that's cool, man. I'm like, I'm just happy to make another friend, you know? And then one night he had John raid my channel with like, I don't know, 1,000 something people. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what is going on here? You know? And like I said, I finally got to meet John at TwitchCon, and another awesome individual, just cool guy. You know, to meet him in person, same person you see on camera, same person you meet in real life.
Yeah, no, I can 100% agree to that, because I've at last year's TwitchCon, or 2 years ago, technically. God, it's weird being in 2020. At TwitchCon 18, I met him. Me and my friends were hanging on the bar, and I was like, "Oh, hey, you're John," and he's like, "Yeah." And we was talking because it was just after his first kid was born. I don't know. Yeah. And we're just hanging out, and he's talking about this. Like, man, it's different being a dad. And I'm just like, that's awesome. You seem so genuinely happy about like the way your life is right now, and that's just rad. Like you have a kid and all that. Like that's good, man. That's good.
Yeah, dude. Like he is just like the smile that's on his face when he's on stream is the same smile you get when you meet him in real life.
And that laugh, like that, like
energetic.
the huge laughing that he does.
The Joker grin all the way up, and and just eyes popping. That's John.
Yeah,
and he's very community oriented too. He every time I've gone to those conventions, like I've always hung out with somebody of his group, and like they get together and they just like he hangs out with his mods from the moment he gets there to the moment he leaves. And like he's all about his community, and like that's really cool, and that's one person like I really strive to be like, not just because he rated my channel before, and so like he's just a good-hearted person. I know I've told people like don't try to be like someone else, but you can still take people's values, and introduce them into your own, and he has good values for his community.
Yeah, no, and that's the big thing. Like you gotta take that kind of stuff with you, because like you gotta have like having something like you don't have to be someone else to have like some of their like best qualities that they have, like which is like just being genuine is a thing that like really works for people. Like being yourself makes you like way easier to be approachable and just genuinely be able to have a conversation with. Like
you don't have to stick a business card in someone's face and be like, hey, follow my content.
I still haven't made business cards for any convention. I'm just like, half the time it's just like, do you have like a business card? I don't know, I'm just DorkyDev.
No, he's like, I'm on my desk right now.
Dude, I spilt mine from TwitchCon last year. I'm like, shit. They're kind of like at the edge of my bed. I'm like,
But you don't have to do that though. It's nice to have the business card, but like, if they really like you and you really have the conversation like we're having right now, like they're gonna find your content.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna look for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I once, since I've been on your show tonight, I say, hey, go follow LethalJ. Like I've talked about other people's channels, Twitch Chicago, and stuff like that. Like I'm just, like I said, I'm happy just like telling my stories, man.
No, and that's great. Like, I'll say it live. Anytime you want to come back.
I appreciate it. All right, I'm starting the year off right. I'm getting invited back, and I got a shout out. Look at that, man.
Oh yeah, no. You, towards the end of the show, of course, we shout everything out, and if people have links, so all of that Twitch. So if you're in that area, guys, go check that out. Like it seems like a real rad time, and if I'm ever make it over to that, I definitely would love to do just. If there was the opportunity to do a live like hang out with you on this show kind of thing, I would love to do that sometime, because I feel like that'd be, because we've only done one live version of this show once, and it was a lot of fun because it was in person and all that. So like being able to do that I would love to do that sometime.
Yeah, man, you never know. I mean, I'm starting to travel a little bit more again now. Like I said, sometimes I go out to different cons. I haven't been to TwitchCon in a little while, but I was at 16 and 17.
I made up for you. I was at 18, 19, so
and like I said, I'm starting to go to other things. I've been to other meetups. I've been to Twitch St. Louis. That was oh god, that was so much fun. Been there multiple times, but we've hit the town in different ways. We've even organized we wanted to take over St. Louis, so we got a streamer house together, and we brought 20 streamers down with us, man. Like over 4 carloads full of streamers, and we were all like, we're gonna raid St. Louis, and we would literally walk in the door and like, Chicago's here, and then afterwards we had streamer house, and we had everybody come over to our Airbnb, even though we weren't supposed to have people there. And live streamed it, and like I said, stuff like that. Like I just like I said, I just like living in the moment, man. Like let's just have fun. Let's have a drink. If you come to Chicago, you gotta have a shot of Malort.
I've heard that's the thing. I have not tried Malort, and I have.
We'll see you in Malort face.
I have heard not great things, but I heard it's like if you go to Chicago, you have to have Malort.
Yeah, it's.
I also want a Chicago deep dish, dude. Like
Yeah. Oh, deep dish. Yes, that's the thing I recommend for everybody. But Malort is not for everybody. I mean, I can stand it now. It's not even like it goes down like a hard liquor, you know, where you're like, oh, that burn going down and it was so raw. It goes down very smooth. It's just got a horrible aftertaste that lingers for
that's
at
what
least
I've heard.
10
It's
minutes.
the aftertaste, like
Yeah. I've heard people say it's better to lick the contents from underneath the refrigerator than drink Malort. I've heard people say that it tastes better than an abortion clinic in Iceland.
Jesus,
yeah, there's been some pretty harsh things that have been said about that drink. But you know, like I said, it's a hard thing. And then they also say if you drink an old style beer and take a shot of Malort afterwards, that's called a Chicago handshake.
Oh, okay.
So, two of the worst things, you know, a Malort and an old style beer. So,
sounds unpleasant. I'll have to do it.
yeah, right.
Yeah, no, that's Chicago's on my list of places to go. Anyways, like it's just it's
a lot of fun, man.
Also, if you're ever in the Pacific Northwest, just hit me up. You know.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. Like I said, I'm starting to do a little bit more traveling now. I hope to hit a couple more cons this year and see where I go next.
Oh, all right, everyone, make sure you do check those things out over there on Twitch Chicago. If you're in that area, do hit it up to hang out, meet LethalJ while you're there. You know, say hi.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, good start to the new year. What an awesome show for literally the first podcast of the year. We hit 100. Great conversations about the world of Twitch, and just good times all around. So with that, let y'all have a wonderful night, and we'll see you guys later. I almost forgot to plug YouTube and stuff like that. I am a professional at this.
There you go. Before we leave, thank you for having me, man. I really
no problem.
This was a ton of fun and a great experience, and yeah, I look forward to doing more of these in the future.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. If you're free, just hit me up if you want to be on, because that would be awesome conversations right there.
Yeah, I still got 2 more stories where I set a friend on fire. So
shit, yeah, you gotta be on at least twice more now. It's set. It has been said. This is the way. So do follow us on YouTube if you want to see the other shows that we have, because we do have 3 other shows throughout the week. And yeah, we are live on Twitch Monday through Thursday. Most of the shows are 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. T-Pop, Third Player Optional, we're still figuring that out for going forward. Do follow us on Twitter. You'll get notification whenever we go live. Whenever we do little polls or stuff like that, you'll also get that. And just fun little moments from our social media rep. Whenever she wants to post something fun, she'll post it over there. And join the Discord. Join the conversation. Give us articles for shows we do. We normally do articles on the show, but we've had way too good conversations. I just spit a little there.
oh, wow.
Too good. The conversations never broke, so I didn't really feel like interjecting the articles. So maybe next time. But with that being said, have a wonderful start. Have a wonderful start to your New Year's. And just be yourself. Be genuine. Have fun.
Couldn't say it better.
Good night.